Do you need money? I mean, the answer is always yes. In real life and in Top Drives. Let's talk about earning money in Top Drives. I can't really help you in real life. Hey, I'm Mike. This is a tips video for earning money in Top Drives. I've been playing Top Drives for 3 years now, and over that time I've worked out the best solution for me to earn cash in the game. Most of this video will be focused on clubs, because that is the primary mechanism for earning extra cash. Now, by saying extra cash, I mean cash that hasn't come from completing rounds in challenges or from rewards from events. Obviously, you can earn money from various places. Here's my quick list of those places. When it comes to events, you should play as many tickets to clear as many prize boards as you can. If you need to drop down the list by losing races, just so you can win and get more cards out the prize boards, then do it. But make sure you get back up to your best possible position before the event ends. You should also try to maximise your event results. If you have a strong hand, then just play as many tickets as possible. There is a technique to farming events, but I'm not a big fan. Often just trying to win will get the same rewards as losing 20 times and then winning 20 times. Finishing rounds in a challenge will win you cash. It's all free cash because you are completing the challenge to get the prize at the end. There are often daily challenges that have easy races just to earn extra cash. Make sure you don't miss any days on a daily challenge, otherwise you might miss out on the last day of that challenge. The last day is normally where the good rewards are. You can watch adverts to get 17 gold every 6 hours, 4,900 cash in aluminium every 7 hours, and 3 free car upgrades every 4 hours. Adverts are annoying. They are always the same and they are always patronising. Stuff like, doctors say you could live 10 years longer if you play this crappy game for 10 minutes a day. Don't believe the adverts. You don't even really need to watch the adverts as they play, but definitely let them play to claim the rewards that are behind them. And then there's clubs. Clubs is an event-based sub-game where you play on behalf of one of 3 clubs: Full Throttle, Legacy or Midnight. You join one of those teams when you personally get to 250 RQ. For most people, this is in the first couple of weeks of playing. When you join a team, don't worry about which team. People will moan that one team wins more club sessions than the others, or it's not fair that my team always comes last. None of that's a big deal. The difference in rewards isn't much, and it's not like you can change your chosen team, so suck it up and get on with it. The important thing about clubs is earning money. You earn money for yourself. I cannot stress this enough. Clubs is not a fun game feature where we all band together as a team to battle against another team and then celebrate in our victory. Nobody cares if you win for your team. After 2 days, everything resets and it all starts again. Don't think that you are helping your fellow teammates by playing hard in clubs. They don't care. It makes no difference to them. So now you know you shouldn't brag about winning it for the boys. What should you be doing? Well, actually, the basics of clubs isn't hard to understand. There are track sets, car criterias, and the rewards that are given out are based on how much you play. The track sets and car criteria are set for a 2-day session. There will be a few different types of each, but they will be used over and over again within the 2-day period. Knowing what the name of a track set connects to, such as Road Less Taken is 3 off-road tracks, that helps you quickly selecting appropriate cars. You can of course see the track sets like you can in normal events. The car criteria also works the same as the criteria in normal events. By selecting the checkbox, you reduce the list of cars. The rewards per event are based on 3 things: participation, performance, and a club ranking. Participation is how many races you play. This is not how many races are shown in the table, because other people would be playing your hand. It is how many races you actively play. Win or lose, it does not matter. Platinum is the top tier. Playing 30 or more will get you platinum rewards. Gold is playing 15 to 29 races. Silver is playing 5 to 14 races. Bronze is playing 1 to 4 races. If you can play 5 races, it'll boost your participation reward and often elevate you in the table, therefore affect your performance level reward. Performance is categorized as where you are in the table at the end of the event. If you are the top of your team, then you will get MVP, which pays out the most cash reward. The other categories are Platinum for the top 10%, gold for the top 25%, silver for the top 50%, and bronze for everyone else who don't make the top 50% mark. What you must remember is that performance is actually your performance compared within your team. Therefore, you can be top 10% in your team without being in the top 10% of the table. You'll see there are potential 150 players per team. If your team only has 30 players, then you'll need to be in the top 3 to get the top 10% reward, even if the other team has a full 150 players. Equally, if your team has 150 players, then the top 15 players will get that reward. The club rank you are personally allocated is based on the accumulating number of races you have done in clubs since the start. This is capped at 50 per day, so your total club XP can only go up by that maximum amount per day. This factor in the reward process is almost meaningless, as moving up the ranking category barely adds anything more to the event rewards. Don't worry about your club rank. Certainly, just because it says I'm a legend doesn't mean I am. Most people think I'm a Okay, anyway, those numbers dictate the size of the cash reward you win. That's the basics covered. Now I'm going to tell you my rules for playing clubs efficiently. Other people will have their point of view. Other people will play differently. That is fine. The question you should be asking yourself is, how do I earn the most money in clubs with the least effort? As far as I'm concerned, there are only 2 ways to play clubs. Firstly, if you want to generate large amounts of money, you will need to allocate a lot of time to playing clubs. Clubs are structured so the races count down to 0 on a timer dial with a pointer. The team which is winning the most races will take off the time from the opposition side of the timer. When it gets to 0, you win. But you don't win. Let me be clear, you do not win. Everybody wins. Some people win more rewards than others, but the main task involved in a club's event is to get the pointer down to 0 on either side of the timer. The sooner the event finishes, the sooner you get your cash reward, and then you can start a new event. Remember, you can only participate in one club's event at a time. If you need big cash and have time, then buy the weekly clubs multiplier for 499 gold. It will double all the cash event rewards you will get for the next 7 days. This will make a big difference if you're playing a lot of clubs. It means if you race 30 times and get MVP first place in an event, then you could win over 12,000 instead of the 6,000 without the multiplier. What the multiplier doesn't give you is double the end session rewards. They are the same for everyone in your team. If you can't dedicate the time to clubs for a full 7 days, then you should probably not buy the multiplier. After all, gold is not easy to come by, so don't waste it on a multiplier unless you plan to play a lot of clubs. Most people don't have all day to spare, so my second option is to play clubs casually. If you are just looking to keep topping up your money, then you don't need to allocate a lot of thought or time to it. Every time you open the events page, open the clubs page and play one hand just to get the single race reward. If you can see an event in clubs that is about to end, choose it, play one hand, collect the cash reward and then enter another clubs event. When you leave clubs, you should have left it with an event running while you are gone. The trick is to stay in clubs while you are active. Once you have to wait for an event to finish, then leave clubs, come back later. This way clubs doesn't get in the way of playing the rest of the game or in the way of real life. If you're just playing clubs casually or occasionally, then don't buy the weekly clubs multiplier. It's a waste of gold. You won't get the benefit out of losing the 499 gold. Here's some tactics to help you get the timer down to 0 and earn cash. The more events you enter, the more rewards you'll get. Therefore, always join an event that is ending soonest. Get in, play quickly, get the reward, repeat. Joining events that have 20 or 30 minutes left to run will mean you are not earning cash during that time. Never join an event if the timer is close to the middle. Watch it for 20 seconds to see if the pointer is switching direction. If it is, keep away from that event because it will take too long to finish. Under no circumstances should you try and turn the pointer. All it does is prolongs the event for twice the length it should be. The tiny extra amount of cash you'll win for winning the event over losing it isn't worth tying up yourself for another 45 minutes until the timer runs out. If you can play 5 races, then that will get you into the silver participation band and potentially move you up the table, which will also increase your performance grade. If you can try to get top 10 through only doing 5 races, then that is a great compromise on time spent to reward gained. If you find the best event to join doesn't have any competitors in it, meaning the other team has not joined, all the players are on your team, join and play as much as you can. With easy hutch opponents you can rack up 10, 15 or even 30 wins and get some good rewards for just repetitive play. Obviously you will have to change your cars every 10 races, so this is why having a hutch opponent makes it easy, because you can pick any cars that match the criteria, not just your best cars. If you can join an event that is about to end that doesn't have any of your team members racing in it, then do it. By this I mean everyone playing in that event on the opposite team. Join the event and play a couple of races. Even if you lose all your races, you will get MVP because you are the only one in that event from your team. If it turns out there are a couple of other people doing the same thing, then try to race enough and win enough to get MVP. If the event you are thinking about joining only has a small number of players in it from both sides, then this event timer will count down very slowly. If there is a better event with lots of players in it, then go for that. The more wins your team has, the quicker the time will drop. If you want to speed up the event ending, then play more. If you're on the losing side of the dial, then play more but lose more. Pick a poor hand so you can lose. This will help you lose quicker. Remember, in clubs, you should be trying to win quicker or lose quicker, but definitely whichever you do, do it quicker. No new events launch in the last few hours of a session, therefore don't bother with entering clubs in that period. There won't be an event to join. Wait for the session time to run out, give it 10 minutes to reset, claim the session rewards, then importantly, throw some more cars into a new event and start the cycle again. And that is all the tips I can think of to say about playing clubs to earn cash. Don't be sucked into thinking clubs is the only way to open ceramic packs like all the YouTubers do. That's not the game. The game is events and challenges, puzzling out answers to the challenges, finding the best hand you can do to win a reward for an event. If you have time to earn millions in clubs and then blow all on ceramics to get nothing, then go for it, be my guest. But don't feel you have to play clubs all day, every day to get ahead in top drives. Just play clubs casually and enjoy the rest of the game. I hope you find this video useful. Please do check out my other videos on the channel. But for now, the bell has rung, school time is over, get yourself out of here.